think I need a little bit more junk back here. I got a boat that doesn't run next to my truck that doesn't run, and let's not get started on Buster. That thing's pretty busted, but let's go pick up some more junk. What's up, Grappler fans? I hope y'all are enjoying this video series of my crew cab Bumpside F350. I should be mowing my grass today, but instead I'm putting it off and going to pick up some parts for this thing. Now, I've kind of revealed somewhat my plan for this thing. I did go look at some 6.7 power stroke wrecked trucks to hopefully get at least the engine and stuff. I haven't really clarified what, but I'm going to keep kind of revealing as I go along. And also, not to give too much away, I do change up my mind sometimes. I've still kind of considered some other engines. A lot of y'all are like, put a 12 valve Cummins in it, which is an awesome, super simple motor that will probably run forever. But it's been done a lot, and I'm a little partial to the 6.7 power stroke and just all the, power you can get out of them. I know they're a little bit high tech and do take a lot of work compared to something like a 12 valve, but that's kind of the route where I'm going. Another thing I've been thinking about doing is getting a little crazy with the cab configuration here. So as you can see, it's a pretty big old truck. Got 4 doors. Well, this one is about 10 inches smaller than the front one. And I am toying with the idea. Actually, I'm pretty set on doing this. I want to have another front door here in the back and make this sucker kind of a mega cab, as they call it for these, but not like a Dodge where you have this big extra space here on the back. I just want a big back seat, and the way I plan on doing that is buying a whole nother truck with another cab, and or at least a cab with doors and everything, and doing a little bit of Frankenstein, cutting this thing up and hacking it together. So we're gonna go try to pick up some parts for that. This bed, I haven't really decided if it's gonna be the one I use or not. There's some things I don't like about it. This year being like a 71 or whatever had this reflector here, but if you get the earlier ones like the 67 or so, this bump continues all the way to the edge, and you don't have that big safety reflector on there, and safety isn't cool, so I might be getting rid of that, in which case I could either get a different bed or maybe cut this part off, put the older style on there. I don't know yet, but I'm gonna go try to pick up some parts. First, we got to get old Buster, the work truck, hooked up to my buddy's trailer that I'm borrowing, and we can try to get this on the road. I'm really excited about this project, and if you guys have any recommendations, comment down below. Let me know what you like on the channel, what you don't like. I've got a video in progress about this thing. Check out this tent, nice and dark. I'm doing a review of that, but I haven't gotten around to driving the thing and telling you how I like it. So that video should be soon to follow. Y'all make sure you check it out. Sucker up without a backup camera, because I am spoiled. I've been driving 6.7 power strokes, fully loaded with all the nice stuff like heated and cooled seats and backup cameras, and now the all work truck here, she's got a nice touchscreen radio, but no backup camera, and I got dark tent, but at least it's not dark outside. So let's get this rig hooked up. You know how it goes. It looks like it's way closer than it is until you hit it, and it is that close. There she is. All right, so we got, go back a little bit. Let's see here. Do it. What the? Oh, that was way too much. All right. Just a little bit. What the? Okay, what? This is ridiculous. boys and girls, I tried to give y'all the full experience and totally record us loading up this truck and struggling to get it on the trailer and everything, because it does not have a frame or any wheels and tires or anything. It was just some body parts. So it took a bunch of us old fat men out there trying to pick this thing up, having a hard time with it. Would have been great content, but it was super dark out there, terrible lighting, and the mosquitoes were awful. This guy went and bought this thing from, lived out in the swamp, and it just was not working out for filming. So I apologize for that, but let's go check out what we got. I've got a late 60s pickup here in a bunch of pieces. So we got this somewhat decent bed. She's got a rust hole there at the bottom. But pretty cool. I like this plate here. I'm not sure if that's going to be on the truck when I'm done or not. I may end up getting one of those or just leaving the bare tailgate. Not crazy about this trim on it, but you know, it's a tailgate. I didn't have one before. I've got one now. All right, I've got a, what is this, the driver's side door. So as I mentioned, I need another door if I'm going to stretch this truck the way I want to. So I've got these little back doors that they made in the factory whenever you ordered a crew cab like this back then, which typically would be for like the forestry service or something. I've seen a good amount of these yellow ones, and I think they were like road work trucks. Don't know for sure if anybody knows more about this yellow color, what it would be for, because typically this wasn't a truck you could just go to the dealer and buy. But I need some parts for this thing, and as a bee, I think that bee just went into my shirt. I don't know if y'all saw that, but must smell good or bad, we'll see. But I got this door here, and I'm hoping this is going to do the trick. Now I'm going to have to get rid of all this mess because it's going to be a back door. There won't be a mirror back there, but we'll see how that all goes. It's got glass in it. That's nice. I can roll the window up and everything. Pretty clean on the inside. Let me get her out here in the sun. So yeah, not too bad for just a donor door. Pretty happy with that, but I only have one of them. So we can see here the bed, I've got it upside down. It's not in the best shape, and it's had some work done to it. Pretty crusty. I'm kind of at the point now where I think I do want to use the bed that came with my truck, even though it was not original to the truck. And I think between the two of these beds, I should be able to hack it up and get what I need out of it. There's nothing super noticeable on this bed, but you can see here on this side, this would be the front corner right behind, you know, the door there. You can see underneath this tailgate is the front of it, not an opening for a tailgate. So on this front corner, we got all this nasty Bondo mess here. So underneath this somewhat straight looking panel, there should be a big old dent with a bunch of Bondo filling it in. That's the only thing I can think of with all those little ooze spots coming through. So not super straight, not super great. This looks like it's kind of bent up. Probably, I don't see any Bondo sticking through that one, but they both have kind of a primer and, you know, mossy look to them. I do have some tail lights now. I can't really see those in there too well because I've got the cab pressed up tight. Got another back glass, looks pretty decent. Got the chrome trim. Not sure if I'm going to end up doing chrome trim or not. But you can see I'm missing floor pans here. The windshield's cracked. Not a whole lot here to be excited about, which was good because it was nice and cheap, and all I need is from about here back. I need about 10 inches out of the middle here to add to mine and this back section so that I can get that big old stock front door to mount in the back, and actually have room for it, and that's going to stretch the whole floor and everything. And you can see there's some parts of my floor missing, but as y'all may be able to tell by what I'm shopping for at Copart, I'm planning on doing a little bit of a crazy conversion here, and it's going to end up getting a newer floor in it. So y'all let me know what you think of this purchase. I'm cool with going ahead and telling y'all what I paid for this pile of rust. I paid $600 for a cab, bed, one door, and a tailgate. Kind of expensive because the 1968 Bumpside that I had a while back, that was kind of running. I drove it home. Basically road ready now. Here we go. Start some air in the tires. I paid $800 for that one, and I drove it, but it was way rustier, had no potential really. It was kind of just a rat rod. You just drive it and enjoy the rust and deal with it. This one I'm hoping is clean enough in the right spots. It's got some dents and everything, but I mean the roof is pretty solid. I'm hoping this will be a good fit for my project. I do have some rust down here in the rear corner, but between the two trucks, you know, I've got dent and rust in different spots. I may be able to get enough. Like here on this back door, I've got a nice rust hole on the outside, but the inside is pretty solid, and it's vice versa. On my new door over here, I've got a pretty, well, maybe not, but I've got a somewhat decent outside, has a little bit of rust bubble, but the inside is kind of rotted. So I'm just hoping that I can piece these things together well enough to get what I want. And as y'all remember from the first video of this, I've got some extra fenders in here, some front fenders right there. I've got some rust on these, so don't need the ones that would have come on here, so I saved some money by not buying a whole front end. And I haven't decided if I'm using this hood or not. Y'all let me know if you think this big old dent is salvageable. These gouges might not be. I may use parts of this hood, but I mean the front of it's pretty decent. Got a dent here, but this is kind of a separate little piece. But overall, hood's not terrible. We'll see what I do there. And I've got some pinched metal here, little dents here and there. And since I have a whole nother cab, I may cut, you know, what I need out and just kind of splice it together. And here for comparison, here's how my roof's looking on this big girl. Not too bad. Got some pretty good drip rails. While I'm at it, you know, I'm a super nerd about trucks and everything, super detail oriented. I thought this was kind of cool I could point out. So obviously I am planning on having the door look the same, just be longer. I'm not going to have the front angle in here, so I'm going to be cutting this thing up. But what's kind of cool with these crew cabs is normally the drip rail would come down right here. As you can see, this one does. This is how a normal single cab stops, so you got no drip rail in the back. But on these crew cabs, they all have a continuing drip rail all the way across the back. And I'm planning on using this back half, and it's going to be kind of interesting having kind of what would look like a single cab gutter setup on a big crew cab truck. So the purists are going to kind of know what I've done, and some people may not even be able to notice though, but little details like that I think are super cool. Another fun fact, this back glass is the same size as the front glass. You just have this little wing window here, so I'm gonna have to get kind of crazy with an extra piece of glass and another little divider, something like that, but that's to come. So with all that, pointed out a few things about these trucks. I'm about to get started on cutting these things up. I've already got a welder, still working on purchasing a plasma cutter and a few other things, getting ready before I get in too deep and can't complete it. But do y'all want to see me try to crank this thing up and drive it around? Because this old 300 that's in here, let me pop the hood for you again. I know y'all have seen it. Oh, it's a stiff hood. There we go. This old rusty crusty 300 inline 6 has not ran in quite some time. Don't know what all it would take to get it running, but if you guys, enough of y'all comment and say you want to see me crank this thing up and drive it around, I will do my best to do that for you. But I've got no use for this engine and everything that's in here, so it's really just a waste of time unless y'all want to see it. So y'all let me know if that's something you want or not, or else I'm going to go ahead and start hacking these things up and not even bother. So y'all let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you're thinking of the project. Y'all think it was a good idea to sell and trade all the trucks I had, my 11 King Ranch, my 14 Platinum, and now I've got the old Cat Eye that I'm daily driving. Do you think this is an achievable goal to work on this old truck and get it show quality, something really nice with a newer motor in it? I hope so. Y'all let me know what you think. I hope I'm not in over my head, because I am so excited about this truck. I love everything about this body style and just the rarity of the crew cab. It is going to be a shame to cut this thing up because it is pretty clean, besides the floor being rusted out. So y'all just let me know what you're thinking, how you're feeling about this project, and make sure you check out GRAPPAHOLICS on Instagram. Thank y'all for watching.
Grappa! Woo!
What's going on?
GRAPPAHOLICS the gang!